Without objection.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, I rise in support of Judge Kentanji Brown Jackson's confirmation to be an Associate Justice on the Supreme Court of the United States and look forward to proudly voting for her confirmation. There are few constitutional duties more important in my role as a United States Senator than providing the advice and consent on judicial nominations, and this is especially true for the Supreme Court. As we consider Judge Jackson's nomination before this body, we are on the cusp of historic, barrier-breaking moment and on the verge of confirming the first African-American woman to serve on the Supreme Court. This is not only a significant milestone, but a moment to recognize Judge Jackson, who is one of our nation's brightest legal minds and an incredibly impressive nominee. Before I talk about Judge Jackson's exceptional experience, her qualifications, and support from all across the legal spectrum, I think it's important to reflect on the critical importance of our nation's highest court. Without question, Supreme Court rulings have a direct and a consequential impact on the lives of Michiganders and all Americans. Issues before the court include health care, women's reproductive rights, workers' rights, environmental protections, voting rights, and many life-or-death decisions that shape the law of the land. Simply put, the Supreme Court is often the last line of defense for everyday Americans and an important guardian of the Constitution itself. There's no question that a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court is a tremendous responsibility, and we must have qualified, committed justices who will exercise judicial independence, follow the facts, and apply law and precedent fairly and impartially without regard for their own personal views, partisanship, or politics. It is clear that on every single measure, Judge Jackson has the credentials, the qualities, the work ethic, and character needed to serve on the Supreme Court. And she will not only bring diversity, but a unique life perspective and passion for the law that she developed at a very young age. Judge Jackson's interest in the law actually started as a preschooler, sitting next to her father while he studied cases for law school while she worked on her coloring book. Despite being ambitious and a star student, growing up, Judge Jackson faced resistance. When Judge Jackson told her high school guidance counselor that she was interested in attending Harvard University, the counselor told her that maybe she should set her sights lower than that. Judge Jackson was not going to be deterred, and she credits her high school debate coach for introducing her to several colleges. And then she went on to graduate magna cum laude from Harvard as an undergraduate and cum laude from Harvard Law School. This was the beginning of Judge Jackson's distinguished legal career. She clerked for 3 federal judges, including Supreme Court Justice Breyer, worked in private practice at prestigious law firms, and has served on the federal bench on both the district court and the Court of Appeals, a position she was confirmed to just last year by bipartisan support by this very Senate. Judge Jackson's experience has also been shaped by representing everyday Americans and hearing their cases. She will be the first justice who previously served as a federal public defender, and the only justice who has served as a member of the bipartisan U.S. Sentencing Commission. She will also bring considerable criminal law experience to the court. Her breadth of experience, her record, and temperament were on full display during her Senate Judiciary confirmation hearing. Over the course of 24 hours and more than 600 questions, Judge Jackson not only demonstrated why she is qualified to serve on the Supreme Court, but also why she was unflappable, even when she faced outrageous, absolutely outrageous false attacks on her record during the committee hearings. And during this process, Judge Jackson has not only earned bipartisan support for her confirmation, but has the backing of diverse voices, including from the American Bar Association, which unanimously gave her its highest rating of well qualified. Lawyers across the political spectrum, civil rights organizations, law enforcement groups, the chambers of commerce have all offered not just support, but glowing support for her nomination. Former George H.W. Bush's appointed Fourth Circuit Judge Michael Luttig called Judge Jackson, quote, eminently qualified and, quote, a highly credentialed and experienced in the law as any nominee in history, end of quote. 24 conservative and former Republican appointed officials said, quote, we are united in our view that she is exceptionally well qualified, given her breadth of experience, her demonstrated ability, and personal attributes of intellect and character. We think that her confirmation on a consensus basis would strengthen the court and the nation in important ways, end of quote. And the International Association of Chiefs of Police said, quote, during her time as judge, she has displayed her dedication to ensuring that our communities are safe and that the interests of justice are served. Judge Jackson's years of experience have shown that she has the temperament and qualifications to serve as the next Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, end of quote. After my one-on-one meeting with Judge Jackson last week, I was convinced that she is extraordinarily qualified and prepared to serve on the Supreme Court, particularly at this challenging moment. This is, without question, a challenging time, not only for the Supreme Court, but also for our democracy. And it is clear that Judge Jackson has the extensive experience and qualifications and temperament and impartiality and fidelity to the law that will undoubtedly serve our nation exceptionally well. I am proud to support Judge Jackson as our next Supreme Court Justice, and I urge all of my colleagues to join me in making history. Thank you, Madam President.